Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. and I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. In today's video, I am going to be making testers for Candlescience's new fragrances. So they did send these over to me, so thank you so much to Candlescience for sending these over for me to try out. And I have not smelled them yet. So what I'm going to be doing is this is going to be a two-part video. So this video is actually going to be me sharing how I go about making these testers and the process in which I do that. I'm also going to be smelling all of the candles out of the bottle. And then I'm going to be doing a follow-up video where I rate the cold throw and the hot throw on all of these fragrances. So what I did first was a couple hours ago is I turned my DigiBoil on. So this just has soy 10 in it. And typically in my candle blends, I blend a mixture of soy 10 and beeswax together. But for my testers, I just use straight soy 10. I just use all soy 10. I don't add in any beeswax. And that's just because I'm just trying to get the hot throw of the fragrances that I'm testing out. I'm not looking to create the most perfect burning candle that there is. I'm also only going to fill it up about halfway. So these are the tins that I have gotten prepared already. So these are 8-ounce tins that I get from California Candle Supply, and the wick holders are from an Etsy shop that I will have linked below. The wicks themselves are CDN 2s, so I double wick with CDN 2s in this container, and I'm only going to fill it about halfway. But let's first get a little out of the bottle and first impressions, basically. So this one is called Lemongrass and Lime. And I'm assuming these are all more like summery, spring kind of scents. Oh. Okay, yeah, it's definitely on like the essential oil, but the brightness of the lime coming through. You know, I actually don't mind this too much. If you like lemongrass, you'd probably really like this one. And I could see a lot of people liking it, but I'm not sure how it's actually going to do in a candle. But overall, I would say that one's okay. It's very essential oily to me, and I'm assuming that's probably the lemongrass in it. The next one is Paloma. No clue at all what this would smell like. Oh, okay, so it's definitely fruity. Berries of some kind, but maybe with some like green leaves added to it as well. So like berries, green leaves, very fruity. Really like that one. I love anything fruity, so I really, really like that one. The next one is Citrus Sunshine, which I know I'm going to like this one because of the simple fact that I just love fruity scents. Oh. Okay, so this I'm getting citrus, so definitely, you know, the lemons and oranges coming out in this one. But I also get some like powdery notes, so almost some like clean linen mixed with citrus. Almost like a really good laundry detergent, but not super soapy or super laundry. Okay, that one's very clean. It's a very clean lemon scent. It's not like overly sweet or anything. This one's probably gonna be sweet. So this one is Lemon Blueberry Crumble. Oh, this one smells so good. Oh, okay, yeah, you definitely get the lemon, the blueberry, the vanilla, the sweetness, the cookie coming through. Oh, this one's gonna be so much fun to make a candle out of. Okay, yeah, that one's really, really good. All right, we got another lemongrass one. Oh, and citronella. Okay, so lemongrass and verbena citronella. So I'm assuming very essential oily, maybe obviously similar to like the bug. Oh, yes. You know, this smells very familiar. There's something very familiar about it, and it smells much better than just like straight citronella. Wow, I I like this one a lot better than I thought I would. This actually smells like it would be really nice. And it also kind of gives me the same, like it reminds me that it could be like a really nice hand soap. But, it also kind of smells like gummies in a weird way. I don't know. There's something fruity and nice about that one. The next one is ginger and saffron citronella. So we got a little trend going on. But with the ginger and saffron, so this is going to be spicier, maybe more masculine. Oh, yeah. Oh, this one's really nice. The spiciness mixed with citronella is actually really, really nice. And I wouldn't have expected it to be like that. That might actually be one of my favorites. I really like that one. This one is called pear and thyme citronella. Very interesting, these combinations. Okay. First initial reaction was it was kind of like sour and I wasn't expecting it. But man, that pear really comes through, and then the earthiness of the thyme, but the citronella. That one's a very interesting scent. I definitely smell the pear. Definitely smell the pear. But the combination, that's very, very unique, very interesting. And then the last one is butterscotch and bourbon, which I know I'm probably actually going to really like this one because I love anything butterscotch. Oh, yeah. It's just sweet and just that like heavy, warm, slightly masculine, I think because of the bourbon, the undertones of that. But also just very sweet butterscotch. Oh, it's probably be one of my favorites in a candle. Because one of my favorite candles from Bath & Body Works when I was younger was the hot buttered rum. I believe that's what it was called. And that smells similar, I think, because of like the butterscotch kind of scent. So these were my first impressions out of the bottle. And then now what I'm going to be doing is pouring and measuring out 6.5 grams of each of these fragrance oils into little cups. So I have them ready to go. And that is because I am doing half the amount that I typically do for these tins. So typically these tins can hold 170 grams total. And I do about 8% fragrance oil. So with the formula that I typically do, I am going to be doing 6.5 grams of fragrance oil with 78.5 grams of my soy tin wax inside of these. So I'm just going to go through and wipe all of these out, because if you were like me in the beginning and you didn't know that fragrance oil actually should not go down the drain at all. So I used to rinse these out in the beginning, but now I just take a paper towel and I clean these out. And these are little silicone measuring cups. I know it's hard to see. They were clear when we first got them, but they actually will change color with the different fragrance oils that we have in them. But I'm just going to go through and wipe them all clean. And then what I'm going to do is take a scale. So here is the scale that I'm going to be using. It is just a gram scale. And this is actually going to be what I'm going to put it on. Pour in 6.5 grams of fragrance oil of each of these 8 fragrances, and then put them off to the side so it's an easier process when I'm actually making the candles. Okay, so I went through, I poured all of the fragrances, and then I also prepped the tins with the name of the scent. So this is all ready to go over here on the table. So what I'm gonna do now is actually take one of my pouring pitchers. So this is a 4-ounce pouring pitcher. The wax is at a good temperature. I know it says 165 right there, but the wax is actually around 195-ish right now. So I have that set here. I'm also going to be turning my scale on so that everything is good to go there. And then I'm also going to be taking my heat gun and then heating up the pouring pitcher, because the amount of wax that I'm going to be using is not a lot. So it can get cold really fast, and I want to make sure that I'm getting an accurate representation of the candle making process with these tests. So I'm going to get this heated up and ready to go. And then I'm going to get this all poured in there, 78.5 grams worth, pour in the fragrance, mix it around, and then pour it into the tin. Put this on the pouring pitcher, press tare, do 78.5 grams, which comes up very, very quickly. There's been many times that I've over poured before when doing tester candles because I was just a little impatient with the amount of wax that I was needing. Pour that on in there. Sometimes what I'll do too when there's not a lot of wax in here is I'll just kind of mix it around like that or pour it off to one side and do little circles to make sure that everything is blending properly together. So this one is the lemongrass and lime one, and man, do I smell that lime in there. Right. That's ready to go. Get this one poured. I'm going to take 1/2 sheet of a paper towel just to wipe this out. And then I'm going to move on to the next one. I'm going to repeat the process. So it just hitting it with a heat gun, pouring in the wax, and then pouring in the fragrance oil. $78 grams. Be careful. This one is the Paloma one, so this one's the one that's really fruity. Some kind of like mango I'm getting when this is really hot. There's something that I've noticed when candles are being made. They smell different in all different ways. They smell different out of the bottle when it's heated up to a really hot temperature when you're actually making the candles. They smell different in the cold throw and then the hot throw. So it's really interesting just kind of the different stages of the scents and kind of the different intensities. Okay, this one's ready to go. So now I'm just going to repeat this process with the rest of the 6 scents. I'm actually going to throw on my respirator and finish up these candles. Whew. Okay, so now I'm out of breath. But I got done pouring all of the testers for all of these new fragrances. So I'm going to let them cure for about 5 to 7 days. I know my wax, I know Soy 10, I know that it really only takes a few days to develop a really good hot throw. So I'm gonna let it go, 5-7 days or something like that. I'll report back with a part 2 video of this to give you the rating for the cold throw and the hot throw for all of these fragrances so you have a really good idea based on my personal testing. Now, obviously, your testing may look different than this. This is just how I personally test. This is in no way the ideal and only way to test out new fragrances. This is just what I have found works, and I've done it consistently this way for the most part for years now. So this is how I choose to do it. But if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave it a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Memory Box Candle Co. And I will see you in my next video.